Welcome back, family and friends, gamers, and cat lovers. Today's video is going to be about a game I played a lot in 2025 and got the Platinum Trophy for, and that is Aliens Dark Descent. It was such a good game, and I'm here to give my wish list for part 2, and hopefully there is going to be a part 2. Tindalos, please make a part 2. Please tell me you've got the budget, you got it going on. I want to see the sequel for part 2, and I'm here to give you my wish list for that. But before I jump into my wish list, if I could just briefly describe what this game is like. It's a strategy game, but what really drives the game, aside from the gameplay itself, is the story. And the story was really good, and it reminds me of, the best way I can describe it is it's like a Dark Horse comic as a video game. If you've ever read those Dark Horse comic books, or the books that those comic books are based off of, this is what that game feels like. The story feels like it's a Dark Horse comic as a game. And if you like strategy games and you like the Dark Horse comics and you like Aliens, then this is the game. So if you haven't played it, play it. And if not, just you want to hang out for my wish list, or if you have played and you want to hear my wish list, then here we go. It's a very short wish list, nothing too complicated. It's a lot of simple like gameplay stuff. But anyway, here we go. The first thing I want to see for the sequel, if they're going to make one, is more dynamic or more control over the camera. I really want to be able to move the camera all the way down the floor and slide it back and forth. The way the camera works now is it kind of stops at a certain point and then you can't zoom in anymore. I would really like more control, or being able to zoom in just a little bit more to see more action, more detail of the map, because the maps do look really detailed, and I would like to get a better look at what they've made, and just to be able to observe the world more, so moving on to number 2, which is kind of an easy one, or it might be a stupid one, but I want to use the map to control where I go. There's a way to do that now, and maybe I'm doing it wrong if there's another way with the controls, but as far as I know, the only way to do it is you would open up the map, move your cursor to where you want to go, and then you click off the map, and then pick, and then your characters will move. Instead, I just wanted to be let me open up the map, move the cursor where I go, click on the map, and then the guys automatically move in that direction. So simple enough, nothing too complicated. There was just one too many steps to move my team, if you would. So speaking of that, the next one is, instead of setting the whole team, let me just move one guy or 2 guys, or if I want to move 5 guys in 5 different directions, which would not be wise, but if I could, then I would like to have more control over moving individuals instead of moving the whole unit at once. Moving on to number 4, and this one's kind of like a major one. I mean, they do a good job. Tindalos did a good job getting us to feel like we're being overwhelmed by the aliens, but I felt like there could have been a little bit more, and I don't know how they would pull it off if they're keeping up with that, top-down camera view. But I really wanted to see aliens coming out of the ceiling and also running up the walls and on the side of walls and across the ceiling as well. The way it currently works in the game, when the aliens try to swarm you, is they basically just stick to the floor. And they do a great job dodging the bullets, when they're on the ground. But I just feel like they just need a little bit more edge to just to really make us feel overwhelmed. Although, trust me, they do overwhelm me sometimes. So it's not that they don't do it, but I just feel like we all seen the movies and we know what the aliens are capable of. And I wanted to see just a little bit more of that. Moving on to number 5 is, this would probably, some people might disagree with this because they liked open world gaming or having the ability to move wherever you want. But I really wanted to see where the game could kind of present you with, situations like go this way or go that way. And you have kind of decide which way is the best way, and one way could be worse than the other. One way could take you through, high risk, high reward, or low risk, low reward, or, something where it's like, the safer way or the more complicated way, but you might get something real good out if you go this way. Just for the multiple playthroughs, because obviously when you platinum these games, you play through them more than once, and then you get to really memorize everything about every map, every stage. And I feel like if they're going to do a platinum playthrough again, I want to have different ways, or have the game force me to really, consider, what do I got to do? And every time I play through, it's different. It's kind of like, like thinking about like playing Chrono Trigger, where there's just so many different paths you can take and you can get different endings and whatever. I don't necessarily want different endings, but I just kind of want like different ways to experience the game if I have to play through it multiple times. So I hope that's something that they'll consider in the next one, where I'm kind of put in a sticky situation where like, well, what's the best for the team? What should I do? You know, and then that way, next time, I'll try the next way next time, you know. I just want to see something like that. And then my last suggestion is, I don't know how it works with the rights to who owns what or whatever, but I loved Aliens Fireteam Elite, and I would love to see some of the guns that they had in that game also make its way into Dark Descent 2, if there's going to be a Dark Descent 2, or like the kits, like how they had the Phalanx, the Lancer, the Demolisher. So they have the gun, you know, they have the gunner in Dark Descent, but he only carries a smart gun. But in Aliens Fireteam Elite, you get a shoulder cannon too, you know. So like I wanted to see more of that stuff, like the stuff that they had in Fireteam. I know Fireteam, I think Fireteam plays way or more far in the future than Dark Descent does, but still I would like to see something with a lot of the weapons and the skills that they have in Fireteam, kind of, you know, or they could create their own in Dark Descent. But I really liked a lot of the stuff they have in Fireteam, and it really neat to see a lot of those things in Dark Descent 2, if there's going to be a Dark Descent 2. So I guess the last one I would have is just, I just kind of thought of this right now, it's kind of on part 2, but they do have a variety of aliens in Dark Descent, but they're like kind of the standard ones, the Praetorian, the Crusher. I would like to see, and I know a lot of people hated the Colonial Marines for the Xbox, but that game, basically, if you collected the toys back in the 90s, that game had like all the aliens from the toys. Okay, hold up. So while editing this, I did some research, and apparently I remember this all wrong. None of the toys are in Colonial Marines. It's just my memory wanted to make me believe they were. But they had a lot of the same aliens that are in other games. Like they have the Spitter, which is also an AFE. They have the Crusher, the Boiler, which is kind of like the exploding ones, and a different one, which is the Raven. There might have been some other ones. I haven't played that game in a while. But point is, though, is I would still like to see all of them toys come to life in the video game. All right, let's let the video continue. And I would love to see a lot of those, like different types of aliens, different things, more challenges, kind of like how they did in Fireteam as well, where they had the, like the, you know, the Spitter, they had the glowy ones that blow up. I can't remember what they're called, but there's more different aliens in the sequel, if there's going to be one, or whatever which way, because what they did in Fireteam as well with their aliens in the Con Leche ones, I can't remember what they're really called, but that they did a great job there too. You know, I'm just looking forward to seeing what the team at Tindalos will come up for part 2. If there's going to be part 2, please let there be a part 2. Please make a part 2. I'm looking forward to playing it. If you love strategy games, it may be up your alley. It was definitely, well, it's up mine, because if you're new here, if it's got aliens on it, I'm watching it, I'm playing it, I'm buying it, I'm in. So that's it for today's video. That's my wish list for Aliens Dark Descent 2. What's on your, if you've played Aliens Dark Descent, what's on your wish list? And if not, play it and then tell me what's on your wish list. All right. So, all right, guys, I will see you on the next one.